everyone, this is Dr. Carmen Bryant. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. Thank you guys so much for joining me on Sunday. It is always a privilege and an honor to talk to you all. Thank you for joining me today. And today's topic is not every narcissist gets their prey. And so I want you to think for a minute, when it comes to a narcissist, well, let's talk about the greater narcissist. You know, a greater narcissist likes a challenge. They like big prey. They like those that have a lot. In other words, let's think. They like the ones that are a challenge to get, that the average person can't get, that you wouldn't even believe that they would get. To them, it's a challenge because their grandiosity is above and beyond the scale. And they'll pursue, and they take their time, and they're very patient at pursuing, at studying, at watching, but never think that they do not have supply, that oxygen, where they can get that oxygen or that fuel or that gas tank, they always have, but they're focused on you. That's why in their minds, when I get you, I'm gonna punish you because you made me put a lot of energy and focus and patience, and I had to put down some things to focus to get you, and then you made it hard for me to get you, so I'm gonna punish you even the more, because as soon as I get you, I've won the game. This is how I think, and I've won the game. And the narcissist, when they're pursuing prey, usually the lower end narcissists, they just go after it. They don't care. They don't think of narcissistic injuries. They get injured left and right. They're more angry. A lot of them are violent, physically abusive. Those are the ones that don't mind killing you if they have an opportunity to do so. Police are always called. They don't care. They're out of control. And as they go up the scale, the spectrum of the narcissist scale, from lower to mid grade, they begin to understand, they know that they're playing a game, but they don't understand the impact. They just like the way it feels, and they start putting two and two together that, oh, when I do this, and they generalize. And so a narcissist will study you. They will study you, and especially if you are a big prey, you have, a lot of you, believe it or not, a lot of you have gotten enough information and you have healed enough where you recognize it. So it's not that easy to get you anymore. Now, some of you, even those of you that are on this channel, have backslidden back into the arms of a narcissist. You have met another narcissist and got entangled with a narcissist, or you went back to the narcissist. And so sometimes you guys get quiet because you're kind of embarrassed, or don't be embarrassed and humiliated. Sometimes it takes a few time to get out of an addiction, but we're here to support you. And so for those, that the narcissist will study you, and it may not be the same type of narcissist from the last time. They study you. They try to see what you're like. How do you talk? What are your interests? Don't be surprised. They show up in your work area. They show up in your crowd. They listen to your conversations. They may be within the crowd listening to your conversation. They want to know what your interests are. How do I engage in conversation with you? What is your point of interest? Is it finance? Is it business? Is it children? Is it scrapbooking? What is your interest, so that I know, they're throwing out the bait to see what is it you'll bite off of. Is it a lot of compliments? Do you like a lot of compliments? Is that turn off for you? And sometimes you don't realize that you are being pursued. You don't know that you're being watched. A lion watches their prey quietly in the grass, and they pounce on them unexpectedly. And so sometimes, though, a narcissist will try to size up a prey, and it takes them a long time to respond because they don't know how serious the narc injury will be if they bite off more than they can chew. And so that's why a lot of times, especially if you are a big prey, they watch, they listen, they come around your area, they look at the type of friends you have, they look at the type of interests you have. Don't be surprised. They go to the extremes, and they're very consistent. There's almost to a point, there's a difference between when you're coming out of a relationship with one, they're a parasite. So it's hard to get that tick off of your skin, to get those fleas off of you, But they become a parasite, like a python wrapped around you, choking your life out, and so a lot of you coming out, you're wondering like, well, how many times is he or she gonna hoover me, or, till death do us part? What does that mean? That's in their mind. You have to recover from that. When you start recovering it, it will be irrelevant to you. Remember I told you guys, they can lick a window and you can stare at them and continue a conversation. When you get them out of your system and you completely heal from that, they won't bother you. It won't bother you anymore. The pursuit, it meaning the pursuit pursuit, the constant hoovering, it won't bother you anymore. Now, those of you with children, there's a difference because they'll use your kids to hurt you. They'll do whatever they can to get a reaction out of you. Well, if you have not engaged with the narcissist, or if there's one pursuing you, you're not emotionally entangled with them. So if you're not emotionally entangled with them, if you're not addicted to them, if you're not trauma bonded to them, it makes it a little more easier if you like, I don't like the way you sound. It doesn't matter. You guys can't always go by what you see and what you hear. Stop responding to your emotions. It feels so good. It feels so right. That right there is the bait to pull you in. That is what gets you addicted. You know, a drug dealer understands that, you know, I'm gonna give you some free drugs to see if you get addicted, and some drugs get you addicted like that. Well, a narcissist is like that too. You know, once they get you addicted, you have to pay. You will pay for making them work just that hard. But there are some narcissists that know that you can cause some serious narcissistic injuries. Calling the police, telling them, you know, and it doesn't emotionally bother you. So it doesn't matter whether they act a fool or whether they throw things, tear stuff up. It doesn't matter to you because you're not emotionally connected with them. And so they know that you become and like I said, that's why sometimes they take their time. When you're dealing with the mid-grade narcissists, they take their time to study you. And some of them will not even pursue you because you are risking them getting a serious narcissistic injuries. So some of you are more powerful than you really think that you are. You're not weak. You're more powerful than you think you are. That doesn't mean when you come out of a relationship, it's time for you to get back in the relationship, because 9 times out of 10, you'll be drawn to another narcissist. You have to fill that void within you first. A person cannot fill a void in your heart. Another person will never be able to fill material things. You know, that's how people get addicted to drugs and alcohol. Material things and other people cannot get you healed in your heart and fulfill those voids and those holes. And when you understand that, it'll make it easier for you to, I don't want to pursue. You have boundaries. I don't want to pursue this relationship. You're a good looking guy. You're a good looking woman. You know, you got a lot going for yourself, but there's something about you that just make me cringe. I can't put my finger on it. There's something about you that's not right. And I feel off. I feel, you know, that's a red flag. Go with that feeling. That is a red flag. Some of you push the red flag aside. I can change him. She can change. We have to work together. I can see this relationship going somewhere. You're looking at, he's fine, she's cute, you know, she's got this, he's got that. You know, you have to get beyond your feelings. You make it happen for yourself. Then you won't need something that someone else has. And a narcissist knows that. But like I said, sometimes they've sized up a prey. And remember I said, you don't often see lions attacking giraffes and elephants. You know, that usually you don't see that happening. They're too big of a prey. I was going to say the narcissist, but the lion understands, okay, this is too big of a prey. There's too many other prey now. But when a lion is starving to death, they'll attack anything without the thought of being hurt, injured. So when a narcissist pursues someone that is way above, either they're a greater narcissist and they got to have that level of fuel and that level of challenge in order, that's just like, remember the movie Kiss the Girl? You know, he's got to have that level of challenge to fuel him. That's how much fuel him or her needs. Or they're so starved for fuel that they will pursue anything and anybody that is above their level and that can seriously cause them a serious narcissistic injury, cause them to go to jail, cause them to be fired, cause them anything. So do keep in mind that you guys are not weak. Some of you have learned, you're learning, and the longer you stay out of a relationship, the longer you stay no contact, the more that brain fog starts to clear, the more you get energized, the more you watch videos and get empowered, the more strength you feel. Just because you've been taking the penicillin doesn't mean for you to stop. You continue doing that. And eventually there's going to be times where you're going to be tested to see where you are. And so because of the fact that you get tested to see where you are, you'll see, oh my gosh, I passed the test. But don't get hooked back in, and do understand that not every narcissist gets their prey. Not every narcissist gets their prey. They're not that powerful. We talk about narcissism and the dark side of narcissism and all the things that you guys have been through. You know, we've talked about the trauma, some of you 30, 40, 48 years, and the trauma and coming out of these. But I want you to know that not every narcissist gets their prey. They don't. They're not that powerful. They're not that, we give them more credit and more power than they deserve. Now, true enough, those of you that have been connected, emotionally connected, financially connected, yes, you have a long history of trauma and trauma bonding and addiction. There's a difference. But those of you that are out, continue to learn, continue to fill yourself up with information, continue to heal, get counseling. I tell you guys, I have a sponsor, betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen. For those of you that are looking for good counselors, these are licensed counselors that can provide you with online counseling, telephonic, FaceTime, and you can fill out paperwork, send them paperwork, and then also you can vet the counselor. You're looking for someone specifically catered to your situation and the trauma that you've been through. It is a low fee that you pay on a monthly basis, but it's better than these large fees that you're going to pay to see a therapist if you don't have insurance, or and you have to check and see whether they accept insurance or not. But you have the opportunity to vet what you need in your particular situation. So I know this is a short video. I wanted to come in because I have a very busy day today. I thank you guys always for tuning in. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is Dr. Carmen Bryant, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. Hit the bell. I upload Tuesday through Friday. I come on live on Sunday evenings, usually between the hours of 8 and 9 o'clock Pacific time, because I have to travel back home to get on camera. So sometimes I'm kind of prolonged, because I have to travel. And so I do come on Pacific Standard Time, which is West Coast time. I also have Facebook, which is my professional Facebook, which is Psychological Health Consultants and Services. And I also have my book Facebook, which is Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. Hit the thumbs up. I upload the videos on there. I do have the Instagram account, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. And I do have a Twitter account, which is Dr. Carmen Bryant 1. And so you guys are welcome to follow me. I do tweet from time to time. I do post the videos on there, and I tweet or I retweet. And please take the opportunity to go to my mentor's YouTube channel. It is Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper. She provides you with information on narcissist abuse from the spiritual and biblical aspect. She's very powerful. That is my mentor, my spiritual mother, and she's very powerful in the information that she gives. A lot of you, I stick to the clinical side of the house, so a lot of you are asking me spiritual and biblical questions, and I refer you back over to her. She's well versed, she understands, and she will give you some awesome information to free your mind and help you be free. Stay in tune with us, and then those that have other coaches that you like to listen to, continue to listen, continue to feed yourself to get yourself free from this torment and trauma that you guys have been through. Once again, I appreciate you guys, and don't forget, let me look and see where my little box is at. Go to Barnes & Noble or go to Amazon, and you can buy my book. It is Unmasking the Illusion of Perfection. And it is in the link below the YouTube channel, is the Barnes & Noble. You can get the ebook, you can get the Kindle, or you can get the hard copy or the softback. And you can purchase the book, share it with your teenagers, because you don't know, some of them are already gotten involved with narcissists, and some of them have gotten into toxic relationships. But this right here, these are real stories of real people, what they've been through, how they were groomed, how they were taught to think, and how they ended up in a relationship, how they couldn't protect their kids or could protect the kids, and some of the things that they even said to their children, or not done to their kids, but how they handled their sons, but these are real stories of real people. It is a Christian book, and I provide Christian encouragement. So those of you that are not Christians, that are not in the Christian belief or faith, just take the principles out of it, because you will find yourself in this book. And I appreciate you guys. I think I had some people on here to say that they're not in the church, they're not spiritual, but they received something out of that book. They found themselves in that book and they felt encouraged. So thank you guys for your support, and thank you for purchasing the book. And then do know that I do have a Cash App and a PayPal account. For those of you that have asked to donate, please do donate, because it helps me to expand the channel, it helps me to expand the programs, write the books, write the workbooks, so that I can provide you guys with more information. Thank you guys as always for supporting me, and go be great.